Wei Wei Yao, CEO of Pepsi Lipton. This is a joint venture between PepsiCo and Unilever, and really the largest global iced tea business, and with leadership position in dozens of markets. This is also one of the most successful joint venture for both PepsiCo and Unilever. And actually, I think it is this year is marking the 30 years milestone and for the joint venture. And if I want to talk a bit more about myself and my background, I was born and raised in China. So prior to taking this assignment, and then my professional life has very much been with PepsiCo across many markets and many categories. So, in my current role as CEO, I have to say, okay, I have really end-to-end responsibility for the business, and more importantly, for our people as well. And I always believe, okay, not only I think it is together with the team that we are owning, not only I think the present, but we are also owning the past and the future. So from that perspective, that we wanted to make sure that driving, I think it is delivering a strategy, driving the growth of our brands through purpose and sustainability is really at the heart of our business. For peace, I think it is, I know, okay, we talk a lot about peace. I do think it is a peace actually, I think, comes into all aspects and all angles. So, from, I think it is our Lipton, we really wanted to see that, okay, how will we be able to create more moments? And then we can connect people together, and that helps to bring people closer and to really lower down the guards and narrow the differences. And so therefore we think it is okay, bring those type of quality connections together it will be a very, very valuable exercise that we do. And of course, I think it is we do want to, I think it is drive the impact and change the world and about our business and the brands. And these are the things that we want to do through, I think, not only, I think it is the overall brand campaigns, but also a lot of local activations that we make it sure is very relevant for the marks that we are in. For Lipton, we truly believe that well-being is a team sport. And this is something that you can do it alone. And then I think it's the more we be able to engage people and then bring together, the better. And so I felt, okay, this is so closely aligned with what Peace Fund is trying to achieve and really about delivering impact around the world. So let me share a few examples in terms of how we are thinking as a business, because as you talk about, if it is not just on specific days and on one specific event, but really talking about how are you going to do every day and then be always on. We also wanted to make sure that we're staying close to the culture and being really, I think it is bring positive change. As we see, I think, society, like our campaign on Change for the Better in Saudi. So we had a partnership with an influencer and called Amy Rocco. And so this is really the first woman and who's a niqabi rapper in Saudi. So together, I think it is we are working with her in terms of, I think, creating and celebrate the positive change in Saudi. And on the other hand, I think what we do is on the other side of the Atlantic in North America and, beyond Lipton. And we have a great, beautiful brand called Pure Leaf. And it has always also been championing for women's empowerment. And so this year, we did a No Grants campaign. And this is about, I think, giving away, I think, grants to women. But the important things, I think, behind it is because we have been looking at more of encouraging people, especially women, how to say no. And this year, not only about how to say no, we're talking about how are you be able to enable people to hear your no's, right? So we're saying it's the art of knowing. And so this is, I think, how I think as a business, we are thinking about more of doing it beyond just a one day and a one event activation. A lot of our value system, everything is rooted by our parent companies and really championed by parent companies that a brand will do well by doing good. Right. So I think from a Unilever perspective, it has always been a very much purpose-led organization. Their long-standing purpose to make sustainable living a commonplace. And also, I think we're on the PepsiCo side, we see a huge elevation in terms of how we're going to make purpose. I think it is important as we look at end-to-end transformation of the company and really putting sustainability and human capital at its center. So the launch of Pep Positive is also a way, and PepsiCo sees in terms of how to create growth and a share value and deliver positive impact for people and the planet altogether. So of course, I think it is we're looking at the whole, I would say, the spectrum in terms of how we be able to do. So not only on advertisement messages, on activations, on engagement of consumer, on different type of touch points or platforms, I do think that we can play a role on enabling it. And this is because we are so well connected with people's everyday life. So I think it is make it people feel, I think it is little by little, I think it is day by day, is going to be very important. So this is how we think about enabling our purpose in a relevant way. What I'm really passionate about, bring equality and then really truly driving not the embracing diversity and inclusion are super important. So for me is more of, if I dial back the clock and then going back to say 20, 30 years ago, and when I'm entering into the society, and I recall, especially in a professional world, when you're working with the business partners, a lot of times it says, okay, how come you're not men? And to today's world, you're seeing that the women are really at the table, and for business, I think it is a world, and also I think it in leadership positions. And these are the things I see huge progress, I think, is made over the past 20, 30 years. But I would think that there's so much more and we could do. And there's more glass ceilings to be broken from that perspective. So I'm super passionate to make sure that, okay, that women and I think it is continue to drive the equality and having a fair share in the society, their voice being heard is going to be very important. So I'm super, super passionate about that part. For me, I would think in this world right now, we see a lot of the escalation of conflicts, and I really think it is be kind and to the people around you, and have a more open mind towards the issues around us, and have the convictions on what are the things that we truly want to defend and protect. That is going to be very important. And also, I think it is, to me, is more of, I always think it is treat people nicely, treat people the way that you want to be treated. And this will help us to really, I think, narrow the differences and really take a different perspective as you think about how are you going to communicate, how are we going to live in this world, how do we make this planet a much better place.